White Tide Limousine is the preferred transportation company of the Dirty Water TV Summer Tour. Book your own personal trip today at whitetidelimo.com. Dirty Water TV is brewed in part by the famous Narragansett beer, New England's own local beer that captured the bronze medal at the 2008 World Beer Cup. Also brought to you by NightLifeNetwork.com. Fun jobs for fun people. The place where people meet, located at 2 Broad Street in Boston. By Higgs Tickets, your ticket to the best ticket in town. And by The Greatest Bar, celebrating the greatest people, places, and moments that make Boston legendary.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dirty Water TV.
Yes, we're still at Clancy's, and I'm lucky enough to be sitting next to the 2 nicest people in the Cape, Guy and Martha, who are the owners of Clancy's. And I can tell you, I walked in this place, it was packed. You had about a 45-minute wait. And the funny thing is, I feel like I was in Cheers because everybody knew both of your names.
Well, that's Clancy's for you. We've been here for 23 years, and we're a fabric of the community here, and people love us, and we love them too.
And your cooking staff?
They've been cooking. Our cooks in the kitchen have been here for a total of 115 years experience at Clancy's. That gives us the uniqueness and the consistency we all look for.
115 years, that is a long time. Now, Martha, Guy talked about being fabric of the community. You guys are doing a big charity event coming up. Tell me about it.
We're going to be part of the Great American Dine Out, and that's a national program where restaurants all over the nation join and they contribute part of their sales the third week of September. So we'll be contributing our sales the third week of September, September 20th to the 26th.
And we can tell you that's a lot of sales.
Yeah, and another thing is that you are the only restaurant on the Cape that does that also.
That's true. We are the only ones participating on the whole Cape.
You know what else is the only thing that you guys do that no one else does is we mentioned this, I teased this a little bit in the beginning of the show, is the Cape on your plate. Now, I got here early, so I had like 4 plates. And let me tell you, everything was spectacular. I'll tell you, it was some of the best oysters I've ever had. So tell me about this campaign, how you came up with it, and what people can expect when they come here.
Well, at Clancy's, we are serving the Cape on your plate. It's all about local food, it's fresh food, it's unique food and consistent. And we like to say that it's eating the Cape on your plate.
And you had Dennis oysters, and I had Chatham clams. They're the best.
And I also had one of the signature dishes that you told me to get, which was the fried oysters with a little wasabi. And we also had, I'm going to say, what was it, the fish?
Fish and chips.
It was, seriously, there was like 5 of us, and we barely could finish. It was so big.
That's right. That's a classic. It's a favorite, the fish and chips.
And that is our #1 seller, Clancy's Fish and Chips.
And you also have a raw bar here, right?
We have a special raw bar in the back overlooking Swan Pond here. We have a treat for you. We brought a couple of oyster shooters here for you to end your day at Clancy.
All right.
We're just going to suck it down. There's actually an oyster in here.
There is.
Jen,
keep the
you better do your intro before you forget.
Before I do this shot, we have another very special person that I got to sit down with. Martha and Guy are known around here at Dennisport, but Casey Sherman is a best-selling author who grew up in Hyannis, had the chance to sit down with him, and we're going to watch that. But right now,
before that,
we're going to do this.
So,
cheers.
There's the Martha and Guy.
Hello.
I'm here with best-selling author Casey Sherman and his newest release book, The Finest Hours.
Right.
Now, it's a story about Cape Cod. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, the story is about an incredible Coast Guard rescue that took place right off the coast of Chatham in 1952. It's Saving Private Ryan meets The Perfect Storm. It's a great story. It was my honor to write it. I grew up on the Cape in Hyannis. I never heard about the story until I was an adult, and that's because the men that lived this incredible rescue, they never talked about it. So it's this incredible, great, secret story that's now getting a new life.
Well, we were down in the Squire a couple weeks ago, and they have oars from the Pendleton.
Well, it's absolutely, and it's that story, and that the Pendleton was an oil tanker that split in half off the coast of Chatham. 84 men were trapped in fear of their lives. They weren't supposed to survive, and the Coast Guard launched these small little boats. It was men against the sea, and they saved 70 men that night.
That's
in a night
amazing.
where no one was supposed to come home. So it's the greatest sea rescue in American history.
This is your 5th book, though, right?
Right, and you call me the accidental author. I was a former TV journalist. I never was going to write books for a living, but I became involved with the Boston Strangler case. My aunt was the last victim in the case, and I reinvestigated the murders. And I was asked to write a book about it.
Yep.
I did, and I thought, you know what, I can do this. So I decided to really launch my book writing career after that.
When you investigated, what did you find?
Well, I found out that the man that history thought was the Boston Strangler really wasn't. He was a bad guy, but he wasn't who he said he was. And that the real killers, I say killers of these women because there are several, are still out there today.
Boat rescues, Boston Strangler.
Right.
You've
I
written
go
some
with the
pretty
good
amazing
stories.
stories.
Thank you. Right. Exactly.
Comes from the journalist background, where the good stories take you.
Right.
And you've been kind enough to take some time out of your national tour to join us at Dirty Water
Absolutely.
TV. We appreciate that. We do tackle serious topics sometimes on Dirty Water TV.
Sure.
This is one of them. Everyone go out, get The Finest Hours. I've read it. It's unbelievable reading.
Oh, thank you,
You're
Jennifer.
sitting down on the Cape and the beach in the summer.
You can't beat
Great
it.
book.
Right.
But now I have to ask you, from Hyannis, grew up here. I bet you have some wild stories from some of these bars down here. Where are the best places to go?
Well, that's what I'm afraid of, all these wild stories coming back to haunt me. Trader Ed's, you can't beat it. It's right on the water. It's got a pool. It's got the ambiance. It's got the atmosphere.
We're having a great time.
We're having a great time. Baxter's is a great place. The Squire in Chatham is fabulous. I mean, any town you go to on the Cape, you're going to find that bar or that nightclub that suits your personality. They're all over here. They're great places.
All right, and Casey's always all around the Cape, so look for him in The Finest Hours. Great beach read. It's fantastic. Casey, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And that's tonight's Big Ticket, brought to you by Higgs Tickets. Now here's a look at what else is going on around town. Up next on Dirty Water TV, the Miller Lite Bar Hop.
We're the Miller Lite Girls, and we love that Dirty Water TV.